You're right guys, it's finally time to get the doors done. If you haven't seen the first videos in this shed series, there's a link to the playlist in the description down below, so make sure you get caught up. Let's get right into it. To make the doors I needed to first get a measurement for the door opening. I could then cut 2x2 timber to length. It gets screwed together in a basic frame. This frame can then be clamped into place with spacers to make sure it hangs freely in the opening. To keep its shape, I needed to attach some pieces of plywood to the corners. These will help keep the frame rigid while I add the cross supports. Angled pieces should help distribute the weight across the 3 hinges later. I made 2 more doors in the exact same way. Then it was just a case of clamping the door into place and nailing on the cladding. The cladding really helps to stiffen up the door too. For me, the cladding fell short of the opening, so I added an extra piece in front to cover the gap and also overlap the outer frame. With the doors made, it's time to hang them. Again, clamping in place with spacers makes it much easier. I offered up the hinges, making sure they're lined up with the cross pieces of 2x2. I could then mark where the holes are and then drill and attach with screws. Each door gets 3 hinges. Because the shed is going to have my tools inside, I need it to be secure. I originally wanted to use this style of lock.
It was at this moment that he knew.
As you can see, the play in the lock allowed the door to open slightly, which is no good. So I went with a more basic bolt that I can add a padlock to. The square holes in the bolt fitting are for coach bolts. Of course, if they're attached with only screws, anyone wanting to break in could just remove the screws. The coach bolts go through and attach inside with a washer and a nut. So to remove the lock, you first need to have access inside, much more secure. As you can see, I also added a twist latch at the top to help keep the door closed tight. This is just a scrap piece of decking I had attached with a screw. Of course, the hinges are only attached with screws at the moment, so to make them more secure, I removed the centre screw from each side and added a coach bolt instead. And that's the doors to the shed done. So that's it then, guys. I got there in the end. I got the 3 doors on, I got the locks on, and I got the hinges, and those coach bolts should add a lot of security now as well. So quite simple. If you haven't seen the other videos in this playlist, check the description down below, there's a link there, and there should be something popping up on the screen soon. Next up I gotta do the roof, so click subscribe down below and click the bell icon to get notifications as well, so as soon as that one's uploaded you'll have a pop up on your phone or an email to let you know about it. Thank you all for watching.